Welcome to Echoes of Crime, where we delve into America's most puzzling unsolved cases, shedding light on the echoes that linger long after the headlines fade. Today, we're examining the baffling disappearance of Emily Harper, a 28-year-old elementary school teacher from Willow Creek, Ohio, a small town of just 2,500 residents nestled in the rolling hills northwest of Columbus. This case, set against the backdrop of Ohio's 2018 spike in missing persons reports, over 25,000 statewide, highlights the struggles of understaffed rural investigations and the enduring pain of families left without answers. Viewer discretion is advised. This video discusses sensitive topics like missing persons and potential foul play, but will focus on facts, evidence, and advocacy. No graphic details will be shown. It was October 15, 2018, a Monday evening with overcast skies and a forecast for heavy rain. Emily, a beloved third-grade teacher at Willow Creek Elementary, finished her day grading papers and volunteering at the local animal shelter. Standing 5'6", with shoulder-length brown hair and hazel eyes, she was known for her warm smile and community involvement, organizing book drives and coaching youth soccer. At 6:32 p.m., she texted her older sister Megan from her modest two-bedroom home on Elm Street, heading out for a quick jog, back by 7:30 for pasta night. Emily laced up her blue Nike running shoes and headed to the 3.2-mile loop trail in the nearby Hocking State Forest Preserve, a popular spot for locals but isolated with spotty cell service and no surveillance cameras, a common rural blind spot in Ohio cases. Emily's routine was predictable. She jogged 3 times a week to unwind after long school days. But by 8:15 p.m., when she hadn't returned or responded to calls, Megan alerted the Willow Creek Police Department. A small force of just 12 officers, already stretched thin by budget cuts, launched an initial search with flashlights and K9 units. The temperature had dropped to 48 degrees Fahrenheit, and rain began pouring at 9 p.m., complicating efforts. The next morning, October 16th, volunteers joined the search. At 10:45 a.m., a hiker found Emily's iPhone 8 near the trailhead, about 0.5 miles from her starting point. Forensic analysis later revealed the battery was at 22%, with no outgoing calls after 6:45 p.m., but location data showed she deviated from the path around 7:05 p.m. The phone had minor scratches, but no fingerprints other than Emily's. Her last app activity was Spotify playing a true crime podcast playlist, ironic given the circumstances. Witness accounts added layers of intrigue. A retired farmer, John Ellis, 62, reported seeing a dark blue Ford sedan parked unusually close to the preserve entrance at 6:50 p.m. A 2010-2015 model with a lone male driver in his 40s wearing a baseball cap. No license plate was noted, but traffic cams from nearby Route 664 captured a similar vehicle heading east toward Columbus at 7:20 p.m. Another witness, a jogger named Sarah Klein, heard what sounded like a muffled argument around 7 p.m., but dismissed it as wildlife. As the investigation unfolded, led by Detective Lisa Ramirez of the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation, theories emerged. Was it an accident? Perhaps Emily slipped on wet leaves into a ravine? Search teams scoured 150 acres with drones and thermal imaging, but found no body or clothing. Foul play seemed likely. Emily had no history of mental health issues, financial troubles, or enemies. But her sister mentioned a recent online dating profile where she chatted with a man named Alex, who stopped responding days before. Phone records showed no matches, but cyber forensics suggested possible catfishing. The family, devastated, launched the Bring Emily Home Foundation, offering a $10,000 reward and plastering flyers across central Ohio. National media picked up the story, with segments on Dateline NBC drawing 200-plus tips. One anonymous caller claimed to see Emily in a Columbus diner days later, but it was a false lead. By 2019, the case went cold, classified as a suspected abduction. What keeps this case haunting? Forensic experts speculate the rain erased DNA evidence, and the lack of rural surveillance, common in Ohio's 88 counties, created blind spots. If Emily was abducted, the sedan driver remains a person of interest, with sketches distributed but no arrests. Theories range from a random opportunist to someone she knew, perhaps tied to her volunteer work. In my analysis, based on patterns in similar Ohio cases, re-examining digital footprints, like Emily's dating app data or the sedan's partial plate from enhanced cams, could crack it. But without new leads, Emily's file sits in BCI's Unsolved database, one of thousands. If you're in Ohio or have information on similar cases, contact the BCI tip line at 1-855-BCI-OHIO or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Adults. Emily's family continues their search, holding annual vigils in Willow Creek. Cases like this remind us of the vulnerabilities in everyday routines and the need for better rural policing resources. Thanks for tuning into Echoes of Crime. If this story gripped you, subscribe and hit the bell for more unsolved echoes. Comment below. What do you think happened to Emily? Share your theories. We might feature them in a follow-up. Remember, this video uses AI-generated visuals for storytelling, inspired by real crime patterns, but fictionalized for educational purposes.